Hello, Julie here again. My Simply Making series continues. I have my bread maker out and I'm about to make a loaf of bread. So it doesn't take long. I think it probably takes just about as long as going down and buying a loaf from the shops, but you can make it in just as quick a time. But I do find a bread maker very useful. So today I'll just show you what I'm doing over here. If you can see over on my bench top over here, I have my insert to my bread maker here, and all I'm going to be doing is putting everything in here. General rule of thumb is you put your liquids in first, followed by your dry ingredients. So all you need is a cup and a half of water. If you want to make it extra healthy, you could use filtered water. A tablespoon of oil. You could use any oil, but I tend to use extra virgin olive oil, but you could also use macadamia oil or vegetable oil, I guess, if you wish, but something that's healthy, maybe cold pressed. So 1 tablespoon of your oil. And now your dries. Need 2 cups of plain flour. So you could use just normal white plain flour, or I tend to try and use a healthier flour, which is going to be better for my digestion. So here I have some Emma wheat flour, which is apparently an ancient type of flour, and it's nice and wholemeal. I buy this from the Cyndi O'Meara shop because she sources fantastic healthy products. So I need 2 cups of that. Or if you don't have that, any plain flour is fine. Excuse me, I've just got to get a tissue. It's a bit cold here this morning and my nose is a bit drippy. Excuse me. And next you need, you could use 3 cups of plain flour, but I follow the Cyndi O'Meara bread making recipe, which includes a cup of something called supermix. And supermix is a mixture of some different flours. It's got Bazan flour in it. It's got some can't remember. I make it up ahead of time, but if you Google supermix Cyndi O'Meara, I'm sure you'll find the recipe quite easily. She's also put out a couple of books, and it's also got some pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds and things like that in it. So it's a good wholesome mix. So I make up my super mix ahead of time in a big container and just have it pre-mixed in the cupboard. Looks like I'm going to need to make some up very soon, so I might do another YouTube clip with the making a super mix, which is one of your ingredients for your good healthy bread. Oops, I forgot to put this cup in. So there's my 2nd cup of plain flour. Now you only need 1 cup of your super mix. So as I say, if you don't have that, you can choose just a 1/3 cup of plain flour. So you can see this is a lovely grainy mix. It's got all your seeds and things in it, and yeah, it's really good for you. And we're just about done. The last two things you need is a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of yeast. Now, of course, anyone who makes bread knows that you have to have some sugar in your recipe to activate the yeast. Actually, so if you're using plain flour, you would need to add a little bit of sugar. But my sugar's in the super mix already, so it's already pre-mixed into there. But yeah, all you need as well is, you can Google a lot of different recipes for this. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to simply whip up a loaf of bread. Okay, so there's my teaspoon of salt. I use a good quality Himalayan sea salt that also has some dulse flakes in it to add for the iodine factor. And so it's yeah, it's a really good salt that's got lots of minerals in it. And then a teaspoon of your yeast, which of course you've got to keep in the fridge all the time, but it lasts for a long time and does lots and lots of loaves. And then you just need to put it in your bread maker and set it to go, and it'll be cooking away for a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours. So I just bought this bread maker off Gumtree, and it was only $30, and it's gone for years. It's worked like a champion for years. So you don't have to pay a lot of money for your equipment. Just whack her in, select our setting and start, and off it goes. One thing I do find is that you have to be around to get it out, because if you leave it in there as it cools, the outside of it tends to get a bit wet and doesn't have that nice crispy crust on it. So I find that pretty much, within 5 or 10 minutes of it finishing, I like to dump it out and put it in a container. Leave it to cool and then put it in a container when it's cool. One thing I didn't show you before I started the clip was that I used a bit of butter and a piece of greaseproof paper to grease the inside of the canister that goes inside the bread maker, so that when I do get it out, it comes out nice and easily and doesn't stick to the sides. So, okay, well, easy, hey. 5 minutes max, and that's with me talking to you. So much quicker than just going down the shop and buying a loaf of bread, and think about you've got total control of what goes into it. So once again, look after your body, look after your environment, and look after your hip pocket. And have a great day. I'll see you later, and I'll also show you how to make up the super mix, which is your bit that the 1 cup bit that goes in here. I'll see you later on. Bye.